I just need to use a Q-tip. That's it. This is Reapers Electronics. We're going to be doing a little bit different of a video today. Instead of a repair video, we're going to be doing a review video basically on YouTube videos and stuff like that. So if you search on Google, even on YouTube, if you search on there and type in how to fix stick drift, there's a lot of videos that are just a bunch of BS. They don't actually do anything. So we're going to go ahead and watch some of those videos today, and I'll explain to you why they do not work. Alright, so the first video we're going to be looking at today is actually by Tronix Fix.
So what I'm going to do is...
I actually really like Tronix Fix, and this video has 19 million views, 792,000 likes, which is insane. I mean, he deserves it. He went through a lot with YouTube to get to where he's at now. But I don't agree with this at all. And I'm going to go ahead and explain it, but let's watch the video first.
Is move the stick over until we can see a little bit of a gap there. Then I'm going to spray some BW100 in there. Move it all around.
Okay, so obviously that isn't going to work, and he even admits that that may not work. So let's keep watching.
Around. And then just keep going. Okay, let's plug it in and see if the stick drift is gone. So you can see, I think it probably is a little bit better, but I think to really do a good job, I'm going to take this top cover off so we can really get down inside the analog stick.
So obviously he takes the cover off and removes the analog stick itself, which I'm surprised he got those off. Most of the time when I try to remove those, they're seized on there.
So now you can see why it's so hard to get the BW100 down into the analog stick from the top without this removed, because this piece kind of guards the whole thing. So with it removed, we can just spray it right down in there where it needs to be. So right down here is one potentiometer and right down here is the other. And those are the pieces we're trying to clean. And with that done, let's plug it back in.
Okay. So when he sprays it down inside of there like that, for one, what it's doing is it's grabbing the debris and it's just pushing it all to the bottom. So those analogs are actually completely enclosed there. So if there's like hair or anything like that in there, which happens all the time, it's not actually going to remove the hair from it. It's just going to push it down into the bottom, so it'll just cause a problem later. Not only that, but you're just spraying it all inside of the controller, and it can make a mess. Or if you go to turn on the controller, it depends on if that's conductive or not. I'm not too sure. But if it is, it's just going to short the controller out. You don't want to do that. But yeah, spraying inside of the little joystick inside of there, it's just going to push everything down. The movement of it will help it, but it'll only help it temporarily. And the reason that I say that is we mod controllers, we fix controllers all the time. We've replaced tons of analogs, and we've tried doing the cleaning method on them. That was the first thing that we tried in order to, charge less, to make it a quick repair for customers and stuff like that. But it obviously did not work. Okay, so it'll work temporarily, and he'll show you in this video that it works.
And see if that cleaning was enough to get this thumbstick to stop drifting for us. So now you can see it is dead center. So BW100 fixed this analog stick. So what I'm...
Okay, so as it shows on there, I mean, we had the same exact results. Basically, we cleaned it out on the inside, but we cleaned it out a little bit differently. We actually took the board out and then cleaned inside of the analog and dumped it out as we were cleaning it. The potentiometers are what messes up and causes the stick drift, but at the same time, just spraying stuff inside of there is not going to work. And the reason for that is those potentiometers, they have wear and tear on the inside of them. They're made out of plastic. The spring that's inside of it is metal. So whenever you move that around, that metal spring inside of there wears down the plastic on each one of those potentiometers. So yes, it does do like a temporary fix, even if you clean it thoroughly and there's absolutely nothing inside of there. Even if you put a little bit of oil inside of there afterwards, it's still going to drift. It may not drift immediately, but it will drift within a couple days to a week again, so it does not fix it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the second video here, which has 456,000 views. It's less than this one, but we're going to go ahead and take a look.
You just grab each analog stick, they pop up a little bit, so if you just pop each one up like that, and then gently kind of give them a spin around, and then pop them back in. And then if you press them really hard, not too hard, you don't want to break it, but press them really hard to make sure the analogs are properly on the cubes. It's one of the easier fixes. You just grab.
Alright, so obviously this is not going to work at all. If you do this, it'll make your stick drift even worse. Pulling up on the analogs themselves, the little analog sticks there, does nothing. There's a little like pole that it slides on, and when you pull it up on that, it's literally just pulling it up. It does absolutely nothing. Even if you spin it around, it does nothing. When you click it back down, that's where it's supposed to be. If you jam your fingers on it and spin it around, those little metal springs inside of the potentiometers will tear up the inside of the analog itself. So this one obviously does not work. Let's go ahead and take a look at the third one here.
G'day champions, a question I get asked most is how to fix stick drift and how to fix it without opening the controller up. This method here, it works most of the time, but it's not 100% reliable, okay? You want to take the batteries out of the controller. We don't want any power running to it in case we zappy some stuff, and that's not going to be good. Grab yourself some isopropyl alcohol or anything 70% or above in alcohol. Methylated spirits works too. Then you could just give it a really good spray in the joystick area, and you want to make sure that alcohol gets right down.
Okay, I don't really know what spraying the whole top of the controller is going to do, but let's just watch.
Down in there. That's what's going to do the cleaning job for us. Clean up all the gritties and the grime. Give it a really good squiggle and a wiggle. Keep playing with it. Just make sure that alcohol gets right down in there. You can also use a cotton tip just to get to those little extra itties and bitties, and then give it 5 or 10 minutes to dry at the end, and you're done. If this one doesn't work, try the other video I've got in the description below.
Okay, so he may have a better video where you actually replace the analog. I'm not too sure. This is going to do absolutely nothing. This would be like if the stick drift was caused by some debris around this ring right here or something like that, then that, would make sense, but that's not what stick drift comes from. However, just spraying it all over the controller like this is just, it's insane. I mean, 47,000 likes. People do this because, they hope that it's going to be cheap to fix their controller and stuff like that. But in all reality, this does absolutely nothing. So it's pretty unfortunate to see that. But his other video that he's talking about, maybe it's, the full replacement of the analog. Maybe. I don't know. Let's take a look at number 4 here. Wow, that last one had 966,000 views too, so that's pretty high.
You can fix issues like stick drift and more on your PS5 controller. First, make sure to turn off your controller and now grab a small object that looks like this. When you turn around your controller, you can find this small hole and hold down the button in this hole for 3 seconds long. This will reset all the sensors in your controller. Now plug in a cable, turn on your controller, and hopefully all your issues will be gone. Like and follow for more tips and tricks like this.
Okay. Let's see what people have to say. Yeah, this is a PS5 comment. 2 months after they got it, it has stick drift. Yeah, see, look, imagine if it was that easy. That's because this is a load of crap. So once again, I mean, who knows if this person even works on electronics. They probably don't even work on electronics, but, they even call out the BS that quick. So yeah, that's just another video proving that, the only fix that you can do for them is to pull the analog off and replace it with a new one, which takes about, I would say on average, 3 analogs to get a good one that's dead centered. Otherwise, there's going to be a slight drift on it no matter what. Alright, so it looks like this one might actually be a repair. Let's check it out.
Alright champions, my least favourite fix for stick drift is this one here. You get a flat bladed screwdriver, push this little green thingy, watch it bobber down, and then you grab this little champion out and replace him with the parts I've got in the description below. Alright.
Okay, so this is that Tinkerman mix thing. That's the same one that we saw before, where he was just, I think this was the one where he was just spraying the entire top of the controller. You can change out the potentiometers like that. However, it's probably not going to work. And that little tiny spring, the metal spring inside of there and stuff like that, it's not really worth replacing that. I mean, if you can desolder, if you have the ability to desolder the analog itself and replace it with a completely new one, that's your best bet. If this is your only option, I mean, you can also do this, but there's no saying if this is actually going to work or not. I know we have tried to do this in the past, but it was not successful. Like I said, we trial and error everything, and this was not a successful fix for us in particular. Let's see this one here. It says the best way.
I get the feeling you guys want to talk about stick drift. Let's take a look.
It's typically caused by particles of debris getting into the thumbsticks, or the thumbsticks just flat out wearing down. These are mechanical components and they will wear out eventually. Most of the controller is built around the thumbsticks, so to reduce the chance of accidentally breaking something, I tore the entire thing apart. Both of the thumbsticks of this Xbox One controller are on the same board, and when you flip it over, you can see where the solder points are. From here, all you have to do is flux, reflow, and pump away the solder so that you can carefully wiggle out the thumbsticks. As you can see, this is a pretty complex object, and it's quite delicate, which is why I think replacing it is a better option than trying to clean it. Because even if you get a thumbstick completely clean, you never know how much life is left in it, and you could be doing another repair sooner than you want.
Thank you so much for all of the love you gave my last video about the bumpers. I got a lot of comments asking about this issue, which is why I get the feeling.
Okay, for one, that was a fantastic loop on the video right there. But also, see how this has 7.3 thousand likes? How many views does it have? It has 157,000 views. So far, this is the most educated video that I've seen of all of them. So, like he says, basically, if you have the ability to do it, do it. You know, swap out the whole analog. Because trying to do all the other things are either not going to work or you're going to break it even further trying to fix it. Whereas just replacing it is your best bet. So this video, I give this one a 10 out of 10. Even though it's a YouTube short, he got straight to the point, showed you the repair and everything like that, and it was 100% what we do at our shop as well. And this is the fix for stick drift. So this video is definitely a 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching this video calling out the internet's BS on stick drift fix. If you want to see how to do it right, we have videos on our channel, as well as that last short that I showed you guys. That video was really good too, so maybe go check him out as well. Also, if you want to know if a video that you've seen on the internet, if any of those fixes work or anything like that, put it down in the comment section below, and I'll try to make a video about it. But until next time, this is Reavers Electronics, bringing the consoles back from the dead. Thanks for watching.